Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and you are watching 500 Days of Drawing. Today is day 414. 414. My God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wowsies. Wowsies. So we're gonna be working on this grid drawing or this portrait, but I'm mainly focusing on doing some grid airbrush work and then do it for about 30 minutes, and that's about it. There's not a lot of progress, to slowly hack it away at the area on this portrait here, and I'll have a little bit of banter, maybe talk about my day, maybe not, maybe I'll just like whistle. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, let's begin the grid drawing. I hope you're having a wonderful, is it night? It's night. It could be morning where you're at watching. Anyways, I hope you're having a wonderful time or wonderful day right now. I am going to start a little bit of a time lapse, and I'm going to zoom in. Zoom in. I'm going to wait. We're going to go right here, and let's close. I'm going to zoom in on this area here. And yes. And yeah, so here we go. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna work on this area right here. And then I think I could get this done in 30 minutes. I think so. I'm typically, as I said, it's a very slow process. We're not really like looking for perfection here and such. So yeah, let's go move the layers down to dress. That's the layer that I'm working on currently. And let's lock the position. I've been locking the position on a lot of these layers because sometimes you'll like click on them and you'll move them accidentally. Not you personally, but like sometimes I'll do that. And that's a way to kind of mitigate any type of like errors. So I got my soft brush on, and now we're on dress. Go back to dress, bam. Zoom in, there we go. And I'm gonna go a little bit larger here. Well, it's been a pretty productive day. Been very casual. Actually, because I did my live stream so late last night, oh my gosh. Like so late. I uh I didn't get a lot done that the next morning, like this morning. I slept in a little bit and I was just lagging. But you know what's good about, you know what I've gotten kind of better at, like on days that, like in the history, like in the past, where I was when I in the past when I would stay up late like that, I would actually just like I would not be productive or get anything done throughout the entire day. But through just growth as an individual, I've been able to hop back up and start doing more productive things. So like if you've been paying attention or listening to my live streams, you know that I've been kind of working on started working on this like shelf. Been wanting to make some shelves that convert into a kind of segue into or like connect to a workbench in the garage there. And I think I need the shelf, the shelving unit, the shelving, like handmade shelving with that is also a workbench, because I have a lot of like, as an artist, you have to do a lot of like prep work and construction of frames. And I actually like doing a lot of woodwork, but like I can't do things without an area to do things. Like I need a designated area to do things. And then like like I have a bunch of, I have a giant honeydew list that I have to do, and I need a space to construct things. And if I don't have a space to construct things, I'm not going to do anything that is asked of me, because um, it takes so much effort just to make an area to do like a makeshift, to do like a project. So you have to like make a makeshift area just to do a project, to break that back down. And there's so much mental energy that you have to use just to get that. I'm going to shrink it down to like that size, just to like get to work, you know. And the more this, it was never apparent, like abundantly clear to me, like, but like in order to be like more efficient with your time, you know, and more efficient in general, you got to have like, you have to have like uh, uh stations, not like stations on channel or like on the radio, but like you have to have like designated areas where you do one specific thing. So like if you're a painter and you're painting large paintings, you need a space or a station to do large paintings in. You can't just like um, do have a makeshift station where you do a large painting and then you also do like small paintings in. You know, you have to have everything kind of in a position. Put yourself in a position where you be more productive. So lately, I've been thinking about this and how I need stations for everything. You know, like stations for constructing stuff, doing house projects. I can't do it. I can't do house projects if I don't have a designated area to work on that, like to do the prep work or the construction of those items or things that need to be made. You know, there's got to be a construction area or something. So I've been working on getting some shelving made that is going to be also double as a workstation. And also, it's amazing. You'd be amazed how more productive and more calm of mind you are when you have things off the ground. Um, Getting things off the ground is amazing for like, at least for me, it's like amazing for my mental health because I just can't have clutter. And right now we have so much stuff. Strike that. I don't think we have any more stuff than like the average like American. I think we probably even have less. But we don't have like a large area to hold things. Like we just don't have storage space and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we have a basement that it's but it stores stuff, but like it's such a weirdly shaped storage. Like it has it's like the basement's kind of like shaped like an L, but like the L section, that little that small little part of the L is so narrow. You really can't. I don't know what you can do with that. I actually when I when I first looked at the basement, at one point I thought maybe I can use the corner of the L to kind of function as a studio. But as I started working, I realized that it was so narrow I couldn't even make it into a studio, um, because it was like 5 feet wide, and it just felt like not. I needed more space. I think I actually start use that area as a studio in the very beginning, but then I had to change it. You know, um, and so like it's just amazing how just creating space, an area where you work on one spot or one thing, you know, makes it much easier over and over, like to do things like whether that is uh sewing, right? You have a station to sew. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't have any examples really, other than like eBay. Like, I would listen to these guys on like these on YouTube, and they said like, listen, if you want to be really efficient with your listing and posting your eBay items, you got to have a photo station. You got to have a station where you list where you input the data. You don't want to have like a multimedia like desk or like where you do all of that. You know, it's actually it slows you down because if you have to if you have like a mixed media station where you do a multitude of different things, you're actually less you're I believe you're less efficient because you're having to kind of switch gears, and yeah, you're just having to switch gears. You're having to change the way that you're executing things, you know, and it's just it's just so nice to the idea that I'm going to have some space to work with. I'm really excited about once I get this whole right side of my garage with shelving, and I get a lot of stuff off the ground. Then I can start working on the stuff, moving the stuff that is on the other side of the garage on top of the shelving that I just made, and then I can start working on the other side of the garage. My goal is to have a workbench area where I kind of like do random things, and then the other side of the garage I want to have as like I want to have a woodworking area where I like have a table saw and that is designated. I have a table saw right now, but like it's hard to work with because you don't it's not set up. Like I have like a it's set up on like a portable like stand. And those are nice if you're like on a construction site. Um and you need to make like some random cuts here and there. But if you need to make like a multitude of cuts, it's very slow because you can't make a stop, a cut stop, or what I think it's like, I don't know what they call it, like a stop gap. I don't know what they call it. There's a name for it where you basically make a stop for where you want the cut to be made, and uh, it helps you speed up the cutting process because you don't have to do multiple measurements after your first measurement. You just do a stop something. I don't know the name of it, so I can't stop loss stop. I'm thinking like in terms of investing stop loss, but like I just it's just amazing how efficient you can be if you have one of those if you have a setup for uh strictly cutting wood. As I said, if you have a station, an area that you do one thing and one thing only, you're much more efficient. And I think this kind of likens to the day where Ford created the assembly line method, the Model T, and that's how they make cars. Like each area, you only do one thing, and that's how you're able to do multiple, like get it done quickly. Because if you have to do multiple things in one area, you're having to move equipment out to do more specialized work, you know? Um, and yeah, so the ability to do one thing in one area. I know it sounds weird, like like it sounds. I know that sounds like ineffective as a if you want to be more productive and efficient with your time, but it really isn't. Like because you're not having to like move things around to do another thing that it is required for whatever activity or whatever thing you're doing. Um, you ever know, like, I don't know if you're like, if I guess maybe if you did a lot of model work, if you built model cars, you know, I guess there's a time where you're constructing things and you're using different tools, and then there's a time where you're doing the painting, right? You're painting the model, but in between those phases of the model construction, you have to clean up the area that you're working in to begin the next phase of the model, the next construction phase of the model. And you know that that's very slow, right? That's very slow to have to constantly change gears every time you're doing a different part of that different like you're working on the model at a I don't know. You're working on the model in its different construction stage. So I'm really excited about getting these shelves in, I just it's just going to help a lot. It's just taken a while. The thing about like the thing about doing these shelves is it's just like I'm not we're not lucky in the sense that we have the space to kind of put everything to the side. Like now that I'm working on these shelves, there's nowhere no, we can't park inside the garage. You know, I don't have the luxury. I was watching a lot of DIY videos. I've talked about this in the past, like of how to construct shelves or how to organize your garage. And because the reason why, because I was like, I need to get something done. Like we need to. The weather's starting to turn. It's getting a little bit nicer. I can do some things that need to be that have been on the back of my mind for a while, and that's going to help with the overall organization of the house, right? So I watch a lot of DIY videos, and one of the things they talked about is like you need to take everything out of the garage so that if you want to organize your garage and make it cleaner, you need to take everything out of the garage. I'm like, yeah, I can't take everything out of the garage. Where would I put it? You know, like there's a reason why it's in the garage. It's in there because I don't have any other place to put the thing. I can't take everything out. Like it would look like I was it would look like I'm having a yard sale if I took everything out. And yeah, I can't take everything out. Like you just can't, you know. Um, so I can't take everything out. It'll look like I'm having a yard sale. Um, and so yeah, so I'm not going to take everything out. Uh, and yeah, so they say like you got to take everything out so that you can really see the space, and you can kind of make some more objective decisions on what you need to be doing to organizing it. And I'm like, yeah, that would be in a perfect world. Like in a perfect world, like sometimes I feel like a lot of these DIYers are speaking to people like they're speaking to the wrong audience. Like okay, uh, uh like some of them will show you how to do they'll show you DIY, but they'll show you yeah, they'll show you like a really expensive method, like expensive, or people that aren't super handy. Like as I was saying, like some of the DIYers are like, you're gonna be doing self-lacing rebar or whatever it was. It's like bar that screws into like studs. And I feel that like works for the that would not work for the average Joe because not everyone is super handy like that. I think the people that are showing like how to use how to use two by fours are probably more relatable to the common man because the average man probably can do simple woodwork where they're using two by fours and drilling in the studs. I don't think the average man is uh, messing around with um, like self screwing metal that goes into studs in the ceiling, um, and then also putting like a nice trim on their shelving. I always find it weird that like I saw this DIY video where this guy did something like that where he drilled some into the ceiling studs, and he made like a float mount shelving that drilled into ceiling studs, but he also added like really nice trim on the shelves. Like he like what would you call it? He like encased it in a nice exterior. Like he put trim around it, he painted it. It really looked like it was it didn't look like shelving. It looked like it was part of the house, like it came with that. And that's nice if you're into that stuff. Me personally, I think when you're doing shelving in the garage, um it's more like it's more like it's more I more lean over the idea of the notion of function over form. So like what I'm talking about is like designers will have they'll think about form and function, you know, and form being like the aesthetic of it, and function being like, is it functional? Like how what's its use, right? And I lean more over function when I'm doing like shelving in garages, because I don't because the way I feel is like you're gonna be doing a lot of like things that are gonna beat up the structure of the shelving or whatever you're making. It's to me it feels like a waste of energy to kind of like consider the aesthetics of it. Although I do consider some of the aesthetics. Don't get me wrong. I want it to look nice. I want the measurements to be decent, and I want it to look like some thought was put into the construction. But like, I'm not really concerned about it looking like $1 million like house, like $1 million, like a millionaire's house, or like a multimillionaire's house. What you'd think their garage would look like, where it's just like immaculate, everything's done beautifully, right? I don't really, I'm not really concerned about those type of things. I'm more concerned about like how much stuff can I shove on this shelf here, and so forth. I don't know if this looks good. It feels like I'm kind of whatever it is. I feel off. You know. Anyways, do 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 do. Do. And I think I've kind of tapped out my conversation for the day. I'm pretty tired. Well, not near as tired as I was last time, but I'm tired. I was going to do some exercising after work today, but decided not to. I sat down and I said no. I said I think maybe the reason why is because I could probably do it tomorrow, and as long as I get it done before Monday, I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy with that. Let's see here. Let's kind of do something like this. What do you think? You think this is done right? You think I'm done with this line? I think I'm probably done. Let's add like some highlight here and kind of little highlights there. You really can't tell, but yeah, here we go. Whew, man. I tell you what, though, it's really nice doing these live streams, or it's really nice knowing that I'm still able to do these live streams after so long. And in some sense, I am kind of blessed. Like I'm very thankful that I've been able to do this for so long and not have like any like thing kind of complicated. Of course, there's been complications. I'll give you that, but it's also been like it's all the only complications have only been because I've been ineffective with my time and not because of other things. Like I'm sure there could have been like other really important things, or really other things that could have affected me like more seriously. Like maybe I could have I could have been sick, right? I could have fallen ill, I could have injured myself, and those things could have impeded me from doing these live streams. But so far, so good. Uh, so I think I'm done with this line. Or yeah, I think I'm done with this line. Why not? Save it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to address copy, and we're going to remove these X's here. I'm going to zoom out here, and actually we're gonna open the whole screen up just for now. Zoom in here. There we go. I'm going to zoom in. There we go. And what I do is I like to do the snap to guides, and then I do this where this is the photo, and I just take this and I go real far like that, and then I just hit delete, and I delete that layer, and there we go, as you can see. And now we go back to X's and we'll press delete again on the X's. There we go. And now we're going to go and press Control D, which deselects that. Now, as you can see where areas I work, where areas I've worked on, and what areas I haven't. As you can see, the areas that are softly blended, those are the ones that I haven't worked on, and the areas right here are the ones that I have. And that's what's one of the cool things about doing grid drawings is like you have these. It's almost like a Xerox or an old printer where it prints line by line, and that's essentially what you're doing, you know. So I'm pretty happy that I've got that done. So now all I'm gonna do is I want to X this line out just to kind of remind myself that I've done this layer, this area, and then we'll go ahead and probably we'll see how much time I have left, but I might call it after this, call the quits for a while for this live stream because I think I was getting pretty close to time before then, but now that I did these extra steps, I think I might have to officially be done with my live stream. We'll see. Right, we'll just say that these are done like that. And we'll just zoom out here. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's save it again. And then we're going to go ahead and, all right, we're at 27 minutes. So actually, I have some time left. So we're good. So let's go ahead and work on this. So yeah, I have been getting faster on these on doing these grid drawings. It's been slow. I've gotten faster. And that's good, right? That is a positive. So now what we're on this layer right here, right? So that's what we're on. We're on that layer. All right, let's see here. Brush tool. What did I do? We'll just go to the brush tool right here. All right. Just want to make sure that I didn't press anything. And here we go. Let's go ahead and press this. And I'll press this and press B. And then we're just going to kind of like blend this area. You really can't see what I'm doing. I'm doing nothing. It's like literally nothing. Nothing is happening because it's so like marginal. But I'm just doing it anyways, just to kind of say that I did it. Like you can't see that. You can't really tell what's happening here. And that's one of the things about like computer drawings is like you really can't tell nuances because a lot of the color, the value is like you how can I explain it? The backlighting of the screen makes it hard to kind of have nuances in dark tones because you're getting even your dark tones are glowing. So there is a learning curve on like how to you know I don't know I don't know how to do things, I guess. So I'm just kind of going dark here because it's really dark in this area. And I'll come back to it later, but I just wanted to kind of get started on this layer. So we're doing really really well, by the way. Actually I'm no. It's taken me forever to get down here. Anyways, that is it for the day. Been a long day. I'm gonna save it again, and I think it's time to kind of hit the hay. And I hope everyone enjoys their Easter Sunday. I am going to, oopsie, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to work on my shelves. and I'm going to see family and friends and stuff like that. So, anyways, I hope you had I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you enjoyed tonight's live art stream. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I got to get going. I wish you all the best, and you have a wonderful day. Cheers. Wonderful night, by the way. Sorry. Day or night, whatever.